So I finished up this other deck off stream. Swamps. Necron is all sleeved up and finished. Some light shuffling. Yeah, that sounds fun, Paul. Playing some co-op Gotham Knights if it's on a good sale. Yeah. Boop, boop, boop. Under 30. All right. Next, I'm going to go open Ruinous Powers. The Abaddon to the spoiler deck. The game does sound like it has like extreme performance issues though that they have to figure out also. Yeah. Well, it has bad shader compilation stutter, which is like the thing any fucking modder can go in and fix, like at least a little bit. And it's kind of pathetic to release a game with that as your problem, as far as I can tell. But it's like the standard issue with UE, the latest Unreal, not the super new one. I forget what number it is now. Fair enough. I have to remember which sleeves I was going to use for this one. Not emeralds. I guess this one's going to get the teal sleeves. Oops. Abaddon the Despoiler. Under his rule, there is but one creed. Chaos shall reign. Oh yeah, let me pull out the And look, it's fake Abaddon to the spoiler. The extra thick fake card they give you. Instead of the... Because they used to give you an oversized one. It was like that big. Now they give you a normal sized one that's just extra thick. But I wanted the tokens for the... Actually, this sleeve's a little beat up. I'll use a fresh one. See, this is the trick. Put another card in, and then, bam, easy. Something down. Oh, that I can see. Be'lakor, the Dark Master. Prince of Chaos. Enters the battlefield, draw X cards, you lose X life, or X's number of demons you control. Whenever another demon enters the battlefield under your control, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. Demon Tribal. Heralds of Sneed. 3/3 Flying Cascade. Alright, because it's chaos. They made Cascade a big mechanic in this deck for the randomness. Nurgle's Rot. Enchanted creature an opponent controls. When an enchanted creature dies, return Nurgle's Rot to its owner's hand, and you create a 1/3 demon creature token named Plague Bearer of Nurgle. Each Plague Bearer is formed from the blighted soul of a mortal slain by Nurgle's Rot. Oh, yeah, that's what these are. And on the other side, they're Spawn. I liked playing that guy in Soul Calibur 2. Blood Crusher of Khorne. Other creatures you control have trample, and it has trample. The Brazen Thunderer, foremost of the Blood Crusher legions, are named for the sound they make as they ride into battle. Demon Knight. Now the trickiest part is getting the opening past the opening. I've solved the going deep part. Chaos Terminator Lord. Startis Warrior. Lord of Chaos. At the beginning of combat on your turn, another target creature you control gains double striking until end of turn. Charge, brothers. Death to the False Emperor. Herald of Slaanesh? Locust of Slaanesh. Demon spells you cast cost 2 less to cast. Other demons you control have haste. Good enabler. I can show you indulgence without regret, delight without boundaries, gratifications beyond count. Sharis, Deacon of Lust. The Noise Marine. 3/2 5-mana Cascade. When Noise Marine enters the battlefield, it deals damage equal to the number of spells you've cast this turn to any target. So that's at least 2. Gunned him down. Gunned him down. Seeker of Slaanesh. Haste, 3/3 for 4 mana. Each opponent must attack with at least one creature each combat if able. War is a dance, and they're looking for partners. It's a cool card to have in multiplayer. Make everybody else attack. The Lost and the Damned. 3-mana enchantment. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control from anywhere other than your hand, or you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, create a 3/3 red spawn creature token. The gods of chaos bestow gifts of mutations upon their champions. Too many of these gifts transform their bearer into mindless, writhing chaos spawn. Win-win. Maybe I don't need the extra card on these sleeves. These sleeves just seem to be better than the last box. Or looser. Bile Blight. Target creature and all the creatures with the same name as that creature get -3/-3 until end of turn. It's a good way to clear out tokens that aren't too big. Hold your bitterness deep within, and there let it fester. Let it roil and squirm and churn until you are filled with bile so poisonous that all you touch falls to ruin. Mortarion, Daemon Primarch. by 2 minutes blast. 5 mana and a cascade. Deal 4 damage to target creature. Assault Suit. 4 mana equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+2, has haste, can't attack you or planeswalkers you control, and can't be sacrificed. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, you may have that player gain control of equipped creature until end of turn. If you do, untap it. Oh, so you put this on one of your guys, and then everybody gets a chance to attack with him. But they can't, like, sacrifice it. Which would be the easiest way to then get rid of it. Here's the Soul Ring. As Horus once besieged the Soul System, we shall bring the rotting Imperium to its knees. Abaddon the Despoiler. Hey, it's that guy. Talisman of Creativity. It is my cry that wakes you in the night, and my body that crouches in the shadow. I am tenched, and you are the puppet that dances to my tune. The book of Talisman of Dominance. My master is the burning, and he is the end. He is the master of mortals, and the core of our dead hearts. The Saga of Khorne. Worn Power Stone. Power comes in many shapes, but real power does the shaping. Another classic Abaddon line. I don't know if shapes do the roaring. No idea. Talisman of Indulgence. Embrace your hunger, your lust, your desire. The universe is ours for the taking. Sanctifier Levay, Cult of the Sacred Union. Another Baron Moore. I had this one last time. Millennia of constant warfare have left many planets with very little worth fighting over. Because they didn't, the lands are the only cards they didn't. They're all unique for Warhammer, the Warhammer decks, but they are shared between them. since that thematically made sense, and it was a way for them to not have to make every single card have unique treatment. The crumbling necropolis. The squad plunged deep into Hive Pandorial, finding only the shambling corpses of those they came to avenge. Well, like, this card would only be in this deck anyway, because none of the other decks have this color combination. Molten Slag Heap. That card just has too much text on it for them to put flavor text, I guess. Just new art. Temple of the False God. Chaos renegades always seek to deface and destroy effigies of imperial piety, replacing them with blasphemous symbols of the ruinous powers. You got a little chaos symbol as the head there, or whatever. I think that's what that is. You can see that. I called you nothing, David. Nothing. Brainstorm. Classic magic card. The Changer of Ways often sends glimpses of possible futures to his most loyal acolytes, visions that would destroy lesser minds. So freaking cool, there's a brainstorm in here. Additionally, freaking cool, it's in here. Dark Brigand Ritual. Praise Nurgle for the plague to have progressed so quickly. Truling, his blessing must be upon us. Kugath, the Plague Father. Staples of the game, those two cards. Deny Reality. Just some more Cascade. Playing off the top of your deck. Randomly. Hell yeah. Believe in the Chaos Gods. Commander Sphere. The arcane sphere that hovers near Magnus's staff imbues it with the power to transform enemies into mindless chaos spawn. That is not what this card does, if I'm going to be real. This card provides you it allows you to do things, and then the things you do could be transforming enemies into mindless chaos spawns, so it's like kind of true. And then another Wayfarer's Bauble. When chaos makes a tool that isn't specifically for destroying things, it's usually for finding new things to destroy. In this case, it's for finding a thing to enable you to kill other things. How far out there the plot of Goku Black was? It's not that. far out there. Like the mechanics of what happens are kind of complicated, but mostly in the way of like putting together different things that had kind of already happened in Dragon Ball. On the planet of sorcerers, in the Eye of Terror, lies the Tower of Cyclops, the redoubt of Magnus the Red. That's a fucking cool command tower. Like, the thing that's new to it is the fallen deity angle. Is new to Dragon Ball, but is like incredibly well worn trope in other fiction. Dismal Blackwater. Armageddon has become a site of holy pilgrimage for the orcs, a place where the fighting never stops. Things being made up. What's made up on the spot? I mean, being made up on the spot is pretty friggin' Toriyama's writing style, I would say. Evolving wilds. What are ramparts? What are steeples? What are our machines worth in the teeth of this ceaseless hunger? Magos Varnak. Beerus didn't remove Zamasu from all timelines. That didn't happen. He was just friggin' wrong. Hello, evil squirrel. How's it going? Lord of Change. Flying Ward 3. Architect of Deception. When Lord of Change enters the battlefield, draw 3 cards. Lord of Change and Tensit's greatest servants. The most powerful of them wield fragments of his power over destiny. Nice, dude. It's going okay. Having fun sleeving up cards. Blight Grenade. Destroy target creature. And all creatures get -3/-3 until end of turn. Blight Grenades, which induce horrendous effects on their victims, have no impact on the Death Guard, who gladly use the devices in extreme close quarters with the enemy. Altar of the Brood. Nope, not Light Grenade. Blight Grenade. Way more effective. Great Unclean One. Reverberating Summons. 4/5 Demon for 5 mana. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses 2 life. Then, for each opponent who has less life than you, create a 1/3 black demon creature token named Plague Bearer of Nurgle. One of these guys. Mandate of Abaddon. 4 mana. Choose target creature you control. Destroy all creatures with power less than that creature's power. Situational board wipe. I'm the Archfiend, the despoiler of worlds, and by my hands shall the false emperor fall. That guy. Classic Abaddon lines. Nope, this one a little tight. Do the 2-card method. Mortarion, Daemon Primarch. 6 mana, 5/6. Demon Primarch, flying. Primarch of the Death Guard. At the beginning of your end step, you may pay X mana. If you do, create X 2/2 black Astartes warrior creature tokens with menace. S can't be greater than the amount of life you lost this turn. Need an enabler for that. Does this have Astartes tokens? Blue horror tokens. There we go. Astartes warrior. 2/2 menace. Got a little dagger. I guess some of the plague bearers are that, and some of them aren't. Nurgle's Conscription. 5 mana, put target creature from an opponent's graveyard onto the battlefield tapped under your control. Then exile that player's graveyard. In the embrace of the great Nurgle, I am no longer afraid. For with his pestilential favor, I have become that which I once most feared, death. Culvain Hysterius of the Death Guard. Just letting out the air out of those sleeves. Plague Drone. 4 mana, 3/3 flyer. Rotfly. Demon. If an opponent would gain life, that player loses that much life instead. High-ranking plague bearers of Nurgle's realm ride into real space mounted upon rotflies, colossal, demonic insects whose appearance is so repugnant it scars the mind. That was me checking to make sure the stream didn't freeze. I don't have the best. My OBS is kind of blocking my view. Should move that a little bit. Poxwalkers. 3 mana, 3/1 zombie death touch. Curse of the Walking Pox. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, return Poxwalkers from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So, like when you cascade. Poxwalkers are victims of the Walking Pox, a cruel virulence which rots the infected to death while keeping them conscious. Just a normal day. Sloppity Bile Piper. Sloppity. Jolly Gut Pipes. Tap 2, tap it, sack a creature. The next creature spell you cast this turn has Cascade. That's pretty fucking cool. Although the 2 mana makes it probably less cool than you wish it were. Tallyman of Nurgle. 3 mana, 2/3, Astartes Warrior lifelink. The 7-fold chant. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died this turn, you draw a card, and you lose 1 life. If 7 or more creatures died this turn, instead, you draw 7 cards, and you lose 7 life. Any card that says draw 7 cards on it, it's worth thinking about. It's worth doing a little work for. There, I'll move my finger so you know the stream isn't frozen. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Now hold it. Hold it. Keep holding it. That was just to taunt you. Venom Crawler. 4 mana, 2/2 lifelink. Whenever another creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Venom Crawler. Look, my policy is play your own music. It's kind of my attitude about it. Leave it music free so you can play whatever you want. 3/3, 4 mana, Astartes Warrior Menace, Ruinous Ascension. When Aspiring Champion deals combat damage to a player, sacrifice it. If you do, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card. Put that card onto the battlefield, then summon the rest into your library. If that creature is a demon, it deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. Yeah, that was my kind of my thinking before Twitch started heavily DMCing stuff anyway, though. Bloodthirster. 6 mana, 6/6, Flying Demon. Flying Trample. Whenever Bloodthirster deals combat damage to a player, untap it. After this combat phase, there is an additional combat phase. Bloodthirster can't attack a player it has already attacked this turn. That's such a fucking cool card. God. I don't love on a lot of the now that I look at this, I don't love that a lot of the art that is taken from Warhammer is specifically the artist credited is Games Workshop. I guess because they own it rather than like the artist who drew it. But What are you going to do? Dark Apostle, 4 mana, 3/3 Astartes Warlock. Gift of Chaos. Tap 3, tap it. The next non-creature spell you cast this turn has Cascade. Oh. Oh. I mean, I don't think that has... I mean, I assume it has something to do with how their contract is structured. I don't think union or not has anything to do with it. Keeper of Secrets. 6 mana, 6/4. First strike, haste. Symphony of Pain. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, Keeper of Secrets deals damage equal to that spell's mana value to target opponent. To look upon one is to surrender every last shred of self-will. But I have self-will. I don't think Barry Bonds not being in MLB games had anything to do with the players' union. It had to do with Barry Bonds wanting more money for his likeness than they were willing to give him. I assume. I don't know for sure. Why wouldn't he be in the... I have to look this up. That's... Loud phone. What? I muted you. Yeah, Barry Bonds is part of... Yeah. That has nothing to do with... He was in the players' union. He just didn't give permission. He personally didn't give permission. That had nothing to do with him being in a union or not being in a union. Sorry, you just broke my brain. Karn the Betrayer. 4 mana, 5/1. Berserker. Karn the Betrayer attacks or blocks each combat if able. Sigil of Corruption. When you lose control of Karn the Betrayer, draw 2 cards. 4 mana, 5/1. Draw 2 cards. The Betrayer. If damage would be dealt to Karn the Betrayer, prevent that damage. And an opponent of your choice gains control of it. Chaos. Chaos introduced to your multiplayer game. Just trading around cards. Because the second ability gives you incentive to want somebody else to kill Karn to take it. Or, to deal damage, to block. Most generally, it's going to be blocked in combat or whatever. And you kind of want that to happen because you want to draw 2 cards. So it just gets traded all around. Fun times for all. Knight Rampager. 5 mana, 6/5 trample knight. Artifact creature. Frenzied Rampage. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose an opponent at random. Knight Rampager attacks that player this combat if able. Okay. When Knight Rampager dies, it deals 4 damage to target opponent chosen at random. Chaos. Gotta embrace random. It's just what you gotta do. Let the galaxy burn. X +6. Cascade. Ooh, Cascade X. Let the galaxy deals X +2 damage to each creature that didn't enter the battlefield this turn. Now, you gotta make X an awful lot. I guess 5 or 6. Yeah. So to then pop off Blood for the Blood God off it. 11 mana. Instant. Costs 1 less for each creature that died this turn already. Discard your hand. Then draw 8 cards. Blood for the Blood God! Exclamation point. Deals 8 damage to each opponent. Exile Blood for the Blood God. What's better than drawing 7 cards? Drawing 8 cards. Skulls for the Skull Throne. See, this card has an artist listed, Arthur Narhodukin. Chaos Defiler. 5 mana, 5/4 trample. Battle Cannon. When Chaos Defiler enters the battlefield or dies, for each opponent, choose a non-land permanent that player controls. Destroy one of them chosen at random. Chaos. Mutation. 5 mana instant. Exile any number of target creatures controlled by different players. For each creature exiled this way, its controller reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a creature card. Put that card onto the battlefield and put the rest on the bottom of their library in a random order. Wow. Fucking mass polymorph. That's pretty great. Because you can do it, if you have like tokens or whatever, you can do it to your own stuff to try and pop better creatures. And then you can also do it to your opponent's good stuff. Drachnian. Legendary artifact equipment. 6 mana. Echo of the First Murder. When Drachnian enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target creature. 6 mana removal spell. Demon Sword. Equipped creature has menace and gets +X/+O, where X is the exiled creature's power. Equip cost of 2. Exalted Flamer. Sinch. 4 mana, 2/4. Sorceress Inspiration. At the beginning of your upkeep, return an instant or sorcery card from at random from your graveyard to your hand. And Fire of Sinch. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Exalted Flamer of Sinch deals 1 damage to each opponent. Hellbrute. Classic. 5 mana, 5/4, haste. Artifact creature, Austerity's Dreadnought. Sarcophagus, you may cast Hellbrute from your graveyard by exiling another creature card from your graveyard in addition to paying its other costs. No, not the Sarcophagus. Khorne, damn you, you disloyal curs, just kill me. Kalos, the Ravager. He wanted them to just kill him. They did not. The Horus Heresy. Saga. Part 1. For each opponent, gain control of up to one target non-legendary creature that player controls for as long as the Horus Heresy remains on the battlefield. So not more than a couple turns. Draw a card for each creature you control, but don't own. So, presumably, you're hoping for at least one. Starting with you, each player chooses a creature. Destroy each creature chosen this way. So you could choose the creature you stole. Probably that's the best, gonna be always the best play. Generally. Barring unforeseen circumstances. Oh, what a good name. Kill, maim, burn. 5 mana. Choose one or more. Destroy target artifact. Destroy target creature. Or kill, maim, burn. Deals 3 damage to target player. I feel like this... Lucius the Eternal. 5 mana, 5/3, haste, armor of shrieking souls. When Lucius the Eternal dies, exile it and choose target creature an opponent controls. When that creature leaves the battlefield, return Lucius the Eternal from exile to the battlefield under its owner's control. Fucking haunting someone. He's a persistent warrior. Magnus the Red. I call him Magnus the Red, but he's red-blue. Legendary creature Demon Primarch, 4/5, flying. Unearthly power. Instant sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each creature token you control. That's great. Blade of Magnus. Whenever Magnus the Red deals combat damage to a player, create a 3/3 red spawn creature token, which then powers up his other ability. What a cool Magic the Gathering card. Mutalith Vortex Beast. 6 mana, 6/6 trample. Warp Vortex. When Mutalith Vortex Beast enters the battlefield, flip a coin. For each opponent you have, for each flip you win, draw a card. For each flip you lose, Mutalith Vortex Beast deals 3 damage to that player. You win some, you win some. I like the mechanic of If I win the flip, I get the thing I really want. If I lose the flip, I still get something. I'm not punished. Pink Horror. 5 mana, 4/4, Demon Horror. Some of those horrors are blue. Coruscating Flames. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Pink Horror deals 2 damage to any target. When Pink Horror dies, create 2/2 blue and red Demon Horror creature tokens named Blue Horror with whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, this creature deals 1 damage to any target. So those are these. The blue horrors. Oh, that's why I feel cramped. Because I had something standing in what should be my standing space. The Ruinous Powers. 4 mana enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose an opponent at random, exile the top card of that player's library. Until end of turn, you may play that card, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast it. When you cast a spell this way, its owner loses life equal to its mana value. Playing randomly off the top of your opponent's decks. Love it. Love it. Sangor Shaman. 4 mana, 3/3. Mutant Shaman. Flying. Sorcerer's Elixir. Whenever Sangor Shaman deals combat damage to a player, copy the next instant or sorcery spell you cast this turn. When you cast it, you may choose new targets for the copy. Sinch's Beastmen twist reality as they themselves are twisted. Past in Flames. This is a classic Magic the Gathering card right here. Cool art. Another classic Magic the Gathering card, Decree of Pain. Get those board wipes in here. Another classic, Blasphemous Act. In the rolling depths of the Eye of Terror, the bloodthirsty hordes of Chaos Marines plot the downfall of their loyalist brethren. Chaos Warp, the classic Chaos single target removal spell in Magic. Very appropriate. Zench cares not what they were or what they become. Only that they change. Kairos Fate Weaver. Reverberate. That which was will be. That which will be was. Kairos Fate Weaver. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. Warstorm Surge. 6 mana. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. Khorne's sole desire is to drown the galaxy in a tide of slaughter, to conquer and kill every living thing until there is nothing left but spilled blood and shattered bone. See you, David. Chromatic Lantern. Use carefully. Material that has been exposed to the baleful energies of the warp cannot be contained to fuel powerful rituals. Or can be contained. Can be contained. That makes a whole lot more sense. Good. This is a fucking blue, red, black themed Chromatic Lantern, which is could be themed for all 5 colors. Neat. Neat thing. Under normal circumstances, would not have this kind of theming. Exotic Orchard. Add 1 mana of any blah 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 blah. Of any land that an opponent controls could produce. That makes sense for chaos. In the late stages of a Tyranid invasion, sessile organisms take root in a planet's crust, converting its resources into biomass that can be extracted by the hive fleet. Foreboding Ruins. When the Great Rift opened across the galaxy, many Imperial worlds were lost to chaos. Sunken Hollow. Abandoned tunnels and bunkers below the Hive City have been secretly recolonized and dubbed the Forbidden Cities. Oops. Forgotten Cave. In the hearts of mortals, in the pages of ancient lore, in the deep, forgotten places of the universe, chaos waits. Path of Ancestry enters the battlefield tapped. This is just a classic commander staple. For creature decks. Swiftwater Cliffs. In its attempts to mirror Zen's convoluted scheming, the crystal labyrinth constantly shifts and rearranges itself. Terramorphic Expanse. The Citartrix Maldictum split the galaxy asunder. The raw stuff of chaos flooded into real space, transforming whole planets into moments. That's fucking dope. I mean, awful. Awful is what I mean. It's terrible. Oh. Who would want chaos to win? That's a stack of magic cards. Slippery stack of magic cards. All right. Now to sleeve up some lands quickly and call it. Boo doo boo boo. Nope. I always feel a little silly double sleeving up basic lands, but gotta make sure the cards, all the cards in the deck are consistent. Don't want the lands to stand out. The only flaw in my plan of keeping these 4 decks in one box is there isn't room for the tokens in there. They're going to have to live somewhere else. Slight oversight on my part. And thinking about how I wanted to store this stuff. Because I was really focused on the simplicity of one box for 4 decks. I didn't think about the fact that these decks have unique tokens and stuff. I would like to keep with this package. Now, if I weren't standing to do this, I could probably have more stamina and go longer, but maybe do another deck. But as is, I don't think I want to do that. I'll just come back tomorrow and do another deck, and then probably the night after that do another one. It's the current plan. That's it. Well, this one even came with like extra sleeves. This Dragon Shield box is way better than the other one I did. Holy shit. Whatever. There it is. Bam. So this will go in here for now. You know what? I can actually do. You can put them in a sealed baggie. Extra sleeves. Look at this. It's like 7 extra sleeves. This box of Dragon Shields sucked. This is a bad back box. Why? Standard size matte. These must. Is this just old? Oops. Oops. No, these are older. Don't like that. Don't like that the one labeled 2021 is worse than the one labeled 2020. Not the way I like to see that go. Wait. These are unsleeved. Did I throw in 2? That makes sense. Why I had so many extras? I didn't even sleeve 2 of these cards. Whoops. You know, 5 extra sleeves does make more sense than 7. Shuffle up. God. Shuffling puffy EDH decks. Not the easiest. Just because of the large number of cards. I wish I was a more experienced shuffler. Even though I've been playing Magic my entire life. I wish I were better, I guess. It's the simple way to put it. I just wish I were better than I am. You know? All right. Get some randomness in here. Another card I didn't fucking actually sleeve. There we go. Found one. Whoops. The fuck did that happen? Squeeze. All right. It's a stack of Magic cards. Gonna go in a box. changed my mind. Maybe I'll change my mind again, but for now they're going in the blue box. The deck that has white in it in the kind of white box. Yep. Also might put that in a different color sleeve at some point, but for now. Bam! Done. Got 2 done decks. Sorry, that was a little loud. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.